What's up, everyone? This is Ben Foggins Media Corner back again with a brand new AK After I Saw review episode for today. This one's going to be on a new release for 2022, which this came out just yesterday in the US, while this came out just a couple weeks ago in the UK. And I actually saw this film in a previous screening before it was released to the general public in the UK back towards the end of March in the UK, which I was pretty cool. So this is going to be my review on the 2022 computer animated family comedy crime film from DreamWorks Animation. And this is the newest film for their film library, and that movie is The Bad Guys. This is directed by Pierre, Peirfel, and this is his directorial debut, and this is based off the book series, which I didn't even notice that before I saw the movie, when I did a bit of research of it. And this tells the story of these five criminal creatures, which consist of Mr. Wolf, voiced by Sam Rockwell, Mr. Snake, voiced by Marc Maron, Mr. Shark, voiced by Craig Robinson, Mr. Piranha, voiced by Anthony Ramos, and Miss Tarantula, voiced by Awkwafina. And basically they're known as the bad guys, which everyone's afraid of the bad guys because what they do is that they always pull heists and steal stuff, and everyone's afraid of them and they just hate them so much. They just want to get rid of them and be thrown into jail and all that. And pretty much when Mr. Wolf gets caught up in a situation with an old woman, when he tries to steal something of her, he saves her, and then she calls him a good boy. And then Mr. Wolf gets this funny feeling inside of him where he feels like he should act like a good person. But however, they get caught. However, for him and his team, they get caught by the police, and then they decide to basically pull off another heist, which consists of this dolphin trophy. However, for Mr. Wolf, he secretly does really want to become a good guy after what that old woman said to him, and basically we see him dealing with this dilemma of sorts, where if thinking that should he stick with his friends and being a bad guy since his friends are kind of like a family to him. Well, one of them is kind of like a family member to him, and or should he just become a new person, becoming a good guy? So we see him dealing with all of that throughout the majority of this film. So that's pretty much the story of The Bad Guys. So for the last few DreamWorks films, right straight up, like after How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World, which I thought that was a great third entry, and like third and final entry to the trilogy. The last few ones that I did see, I thought those were the last few ones I saw were just like good to decent to mediocre films. Like Abominable was a good movie, but wasn't great or anything. It was just a good watch. Both Trolls World Tour and The Croods 2, I thought were just decent sequels, but they weren't as good as the first movies. And both for last year, Spirit Untamed and The Boss Baby 2, I thought those were just mediocre sequels. But when I saw the trailer for The Bad Guys, this one did seem pretty interesting from the way it looked, but I didn't even know this was going to be a decent or a good watch. But I was still interested in going and seeing this one because of the cast. You got Sam Rockwell, Awkwafina, Anthony Ramos, Marc Maron and Craig Robinson, as well as you got in this film Alex Borstein from Family Guy, Zazie Beetz from Deadpool and Joker, as well as Richard Ayoade from tons of UK things on television, which he's pretty funny and all that. So, and this was released in a few previous screenings in the UK, and before this, and I did fancy seeing this film a bit early because I had nothing else planned on Saturday 26th, which is when I did see this film. I was on my shift, but after that I just didn't know what else to do, and so I decided to get myself a free ticket for this film, and I still have it right here, which is right here. And so, like I said, I went to see this on the 26th of March, and I like to say my Fuse Cinema, thank you so much for helping me get me this free ticket for this movie, because I was pretty interested in seeing this one. And after seeing this film, I gotta say, you guys, The Bad Guys is definitely a great DreamWorks film here. I really enjoyed this one. This one, I'd say, was much better than the last two ones I did see last year. They weren't bad films, they were just okay films. And it's definitely better than the last three ones I did mention before that I thought were just good or decent. Again, they weren't bad, they were just good watches. But this one was definitely great fun here, you guys. This is not by means a perfect DreamWorks film, because there are some issues with this one, but we'll get into them later on. But the price I can definitely say for this movie is, of course, the animation. It's really cool looking. It kind of has like a combined mixture together in this film, like 2D animation, 3D animation being mixed together in this one. It's really cool looking, and it kind of almost reminded me of like a comic book style, like say Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, which that had like comic book style animation. Well, it's not like that film, because this one, it's the way it's directed in this one, because it has a lot of fast, high energetic feel to it, which it was pretty cool looking as well for like some of the action sequences and all that kind of stuff. And It's pretty well paced as well, really, for a film. And the movie, and for a movie like this, it's pretty well paced since this is only an hour and 40 minutes, and it's pretty decent run time for a film like this. For that, kids will definitely have a really good time with this one. For for watching the cool looking animation, watching these funny, entertaining characters, as well as for the entertaining moments in the film. And the voice cast in the film are pretty good. Sam Rockwell, Awkwafina, Craig Robinson, Marc Maron, and Anthony Ramos. Everyone's really good in the movie and pretty entertaining for their characters, as well as for the other actors in the film like Zazie Beetz and Alex Borstein and Richard Ayoade. I don't know how you pronounce his name. I apologize if I say his name wrong, but everyone's pretty good in the movie for their characters. And the story, like the concept in this film, is pretty much basic, really, because we've had a few films I've done before like this in the past for animated films. Like DreamWorks have done that before, but for a superhero. If you don't know what it is, it's Megamind, which that's a good movie. And there's one that's not from DreamWorks called Despicable Me, which I really like that movie, and it's pretty much basic, really, for a film like this, but pretty much different, really, since this is based off a source material, because it's based off the book series, which again I've never read. And the storytelling was not too bad as well, for a basic story like this one. And it does have a pretty inspiring message about on being good, which I found that pretty inspirational. And there are some heartwarming moments for scenes like that, which I didn't really expect while I was watching this one, because I was expecting just a fun, entertaining time. But this one does tend to have some heartwarming moments, which I thought were pretty good enough for the most part here. But as for nitpicks, I only have just 2 nitpicks here. Like, for the storytelling of this film, there are some twists and turns in the film, which some I didn't see that coming. Well, there's a few I kind of found predictable enough, really, for what was going to happen. That was a bit of a nitpick. And for the comedy, like the humor and the jokes in this film, some of them are pretty entertaining for the most part. There are some funny gags in the film. Well, there's a few that didn't really land for me. Like, there are some fart jokes in this, which I didn't really expect. When I saw it, I wasn't, like, pulling my hair out or anything like that, like I've seen 1,000 times. I was like, oh, I didn't see that coming. I was like that, but it kind of got overused, really. There were some overused gags in this film, but they weren't bad. They weren't bad or anything. They were just kind of pretty much basic. They were kind of just what you expect, really, from for any kind of kids movies. Well, there's a few gags that were pretty funny for the most part, really. But other than that, guys, the bad guys, I had a really good time. I had a great time with this one. It's definitely one of DreamWorks' better films, like I said. It's not the next How to Train Your Dragon or Shrek or anything, but it is a really good watch here. If it is playing a local cinema near you, definitely get a ticket for this one for yourself as an adult or for your children, because children will definitely have a really good time with this one. When I went back to work after I saw this film, I had a lot of kids who were seeing this film, and I saw most of them having a really great time with this one. And obviously, I do suggest you go and see this one. It is definitely one of DreamWorks' best films. If you're a fan of their films, or if you're a fan of the cast, or these kind of movies about being bad to good, you're going to have a great time with the bad guys here, guys. So that's pretty much all I have to say about the bad guys here. I'm going to give the bad guys 4 out of 5. Surprisingly, a really good rating for a great, fun DreamWorks film. Again, I didn't even know if this was going to be a good or decent watch, but I surprisingly had a great time with this one. It kind of reminded me of like Captain Underpants, which I thought that was going to be a good watch, but I had a great, fun time with that one. Kind of reminded me of that all over again, but with this one. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching my AK After a Store review on The Bad Guys. And let me know what you think of The Bad Guys if you have seen this already, or if you've just recently seen it. Did you have a great time with this one, or was this not really a popcorn treat here, you guys? So thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for more reviews. And as always, this has been Foggins Media Corner signing off.